What's poppin', everybody? It's your girl Zai back at it again with another mother effing video. You already know the deal with that. And in today's video, I'm actually going to be doing one of my close friends' makeup. She's just going out to like a small family gathering for, I believe it's her cousin, her baby cousins. I'm actually on my way to her house right now. I just had to stop at CVS to get some makeup wipes. We're gonna go head on over and we're gonna jump right into the video. Hope you guys enjoy.
I know this is bad, baby, please. If I want you, listen to me. I know this is bad, baby, please. 1 minute is all that I need. Ayy, with you, girl, my heart skips a beat. Ayy, just listen and go with the beat. Ayy, just listen and go with the beat.
Okay guys, so we're jumping right in with the Morphe setting mist. I'm just prepping her face, and then I take the micro brow pencil, also by Morphe, in the shade Chocolate Mousse, and I start filling in her eyebrows to make them a little more defined and full. And then I just brush those out with a spoolie on the other side to make them look a little more seamless. Here I begin to take the Wet n Wild concealer and I swipe that underneath her eyebrows so I can begin to carve them out to make them a little more defined. With a dense fluffy brush, I begin to swipe the concealer down so I can have a nice smooth base for when I start my eyeshadow. With this Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, I begin to carve her upper brow just so it blends in a lot more seamlessly instead of the concealer, because it would have been just a bit too light for her forehead. Now going in with that same Wet n Wild foundation, I begin to put it on her skin so I can even out her complexion. With this damp e.l.f. beauty sponge, I begin blending out the foundation. To set everything in place, I'm taking the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder just to pat everything in and make everything nice and smooth. Starting on the eyes, I'm taking the ColourPop So Jaded palette and taking the shade You Are a Gem and putting that in her crease as her transition shade. To give the eye some more depth, I'm going in with the shade Jasper, which is this nice dark brown, and I'm packing it into the outer portions of the eye to make it a little more smoky. With the e.l.f. Liquid Camel Concealer, I begin to cut the crease a little more than halfway with a very light shade. And I also do apologize for my bangs being in the way. I really didn't think that through before recording. To set the concealer in place, I take the shade Pearl. I wet it a little with some mist and pack that in. Going back in with our first transition shade, You're a Gem, I'm just further blending out the eyeshadow. Now to highlight the under eye, I'm taking the e.l.f. Liquid Camel Concealer in the shade Medium Sand with my e.l.f. Beauty Sponge, and I'm blending that out. With this smaller e.l.f. Beauty Sponge, I'm taking my loose setting powder and patting everything into place. Also baking slightly. Taking the two middle shades of this Ace Beauty Bronze in Paradise palette, I begin to give her face some warmth. Here I'm just dusting off the excess powder that I had left to bake underneath the eyes. To give the cheeks a little more color, I'm going in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Quirky. And to melt all those powders in place, I go back in with my setting mist. And to give that skin a nice fresh glow, I go in with the Hello Halo Wet n Wild Highlighting Duo in the lightest shade. Here I'm doing a simple liquid line to prep for the lashes, but I didn't get a very good view, so I'm sorry about that. Taking the ABH Carly Bible palette, I'm taking the shade Moo and putting that in the inner corner for some highlight. With that same shade, I highlight the brow bone. Now I'm using that same ABH palette and just taking similar shades that I used previously in the So Jaded palette, just to bring some brown back into the eye, whatever had been lost. With the shade Cindy, I'm going to sweep that underneath the lower lash line, just so that it's not so top heavy. To add a touch of glitter, I went in with the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow in the shade Kitten Karma for a pop of shine. So here I'm applying the lashes. I took this brand Lashes by Gab, which one of my friends so kindly gave me, and I'm measuring the lash band up perfectly so it fits her eye and isn't uncomfortable. Here I'm just taking some mascara to blend the lashes, and then going in with this NYX pencil liner in the shade Nude Truffle. Then I follow up with the Kylie Velvet Liquid Lip in the shade Charm. And as you see here, I'm just blending the two shades in with each other to make it seamless. And I did decide to use a different lip liner, which is the Becca Ultimate Lip Definer in Blissful. And last for the lips, I followed up with this Dose of Colors gloss and put on some brow gel to set the brows in place. And for the very last touch, I'm just setting everything in place so she'll be all set for the rest of the night. And that is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.